was younger, no one ever could tell me how to live my life. I told my mama not to worry, cause she worried about my world outside. They gave me pills to make me better.
Hey guys, Kieran here. So I just wanted to do a quick video for you guys because as you guys may know, let me just put on my cam. Some of you guys may know that we've had an amazing session at Trade House for the past 2 weeks, both in San Fernando and in Arima. And I also met up with a few of my customers in Starbucks in San Fernando. And we were discussing a few things, and I really wanted to do just a short video talking about some of those things that we would have discussed in Starbucks at the trade house sessions, and it's basically a simple strategy. So right now I am on tradingview.com, and guys, TradingView is the place where I think each and every one of you needs to be familiar with, because this is where we do all our analysis. So if you're on TradingView, what I'm going to talk about today and the strategy I'm going to talk about, it's really a simple strategy, and I call it the engulfing strategy. Now, there are many different names. You can call it the demand and supply strategy. So there are many different strategy names you could call it, but for simplicity, I'm just going to call it the engulfing strategy or the demand and supply strategy. Now, the reason why I want to do this video, because for all the persons that I've shared this with, I realize that this is actually a very simple strategy that new traders could actually start doing and start making money. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to understand what these things mean, what all these different bars means. And you guys should understand all these different bars. And let me zoom into one. All these different bars, we call them candlesticks. Candlesticks. So all these bars are called candlesticks. So let me focus on one for you guys right here. So let me look at this candlestick. So you all see this candlestick, this green candlestick. So the first thing that you guys have to understand, charts could be any color. It could be blue and red, it could be black and white. It really doesn't matter. But what you want to understand is what the candlesticks mean. So for example, this candle looks like if it's going up. If you're not sure where exactly the direction of the candle is going, look at the candle previously. Look at the candle previously and see where they both meet. So if you notice, they both meet at the bottom here. So let me just draw a line so that you can see what I mean. The both candles meet at the bottom right here. So what does that mean? If this is a candle after this, it means that where they meet, this part of the candle, so let me show you the bottom here, the bottom of this candle, this will be where price closed, and so this candle will be where price closed, and in the other candle, this will be where price opened. So wherever they meet, the first candle will be where price closed, and the second candle will be where price opened. So if price closed at the bottom here, and you all need to understand candlesticks, if price closed at the bottom, it means that up here has to be the open. So that tells me that this candle is actually going down. Tells me that that candle is actually going down. Oh, it's disappearing. Let me do it in a different way so you can see it. This candle is going down. Why? Because again, you want to look at where the candles meet. So they meet here, so that means this candle has to be the close. So that means up here has to be the open. So if up here is the open, down here is the close, that means this candle is going down. So if this candle is going down and they meet at this point, so they meet at this point, this has to be the open. So if this is the open, that means the other side of it has to be the close, which tells me that that candle is actually an up candle. So this is really basic. I mean, I'm going to direct you guys to where you can go to really understand what the different candlesticks mean. But this is just a brief intro in terms of candlesticks. But again, if you're confused about the direction of the candle, and there's some, and I really challenge you guys to not focus on the color of the candlesticks, but just focus on what each means. Look at where they both meet and then make a decision. So if this is the candle you're trying to figure out what direction it's going, look at the one before and see where they meet. So you see they meet at the bottom here. That means this candle has to be where it closed, and this one is where the candle opened. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one up here. Let's look at this candle here. What direction is it going? If you're not sure, look at where they both meet. So they both meet up here. So if they both meet up there, then if this candle you're trying to figure out what this is doing, that means you look at the one before that candle. So this candle, if they both meet here, that means this one, it has to be where it closed. So this up here is where it closed. So if here is where it closed, that means it opened down here. So this tells me that that candlestick is actually going up. And if this is going up and they both meet here, that means if this is the close, that means this one is the open, which tells me that if the candlestick open here, that means the other side is where it closed, which tells me that this is where price is going down. So this candle is going down. So guys, just get comfortable with looking at what the candle before is doing. So that will give you an indication as the direction of the candle. But let me just delete this. What I really want to get you guys to understand is engulfing candles. So let's look at this candlestick right here. Let's look at these two candles. Let me highlight it so you could see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to highlight these two candles here. Let's make it yellow and let's make it a little clearer so you can see. So look at these two candles. You all will notice that one is going down and the other one is going up. But notice how it's going up. This one came all the way down here. It came all the way down, and then this one pushed all the way up. So it tells me that something happened down there that made the market push all the way up. So it tells me that in this instance, based on this pattern, what that tells me is that buyers are in control. Buyers in control. Because sellers brought the market down, but at this area, at this level, you saw a big move. So another way of saying that is there's a lot of demand for that currency. There's a lot of demand. So demand was high. Also, it means there's a lot of buyers in the market. The reason why I'm showing you guys this strategy is because I really want you guys to start asking yourself particular questions when you're trading, because once you tie trading to real life is when you start understanding exactly what's happening in the market. So in this case, you saw this big move, this big push up. This told me that buyers are in the market, buyers are in control. So that means every time price would have come back down in this area, maybe you would have seen some sort of reaction. And let me show you this. When you see an engulfing candle like this, so this is an engulfing candle, which means there's a small candle going down and then there's a large candle going up. So this is what we call a bullish engulfing. So let me put that on the top. So this is a bullish engulfing. That's a bullish engulfing. Because price was going down and all of a sudden a lot of bulls came in the market, a lot of buyers came in the market and pushed price up. What I usually do is I look at the candle that was going down and I put a line right on top of that line. Now, for now, we don't really understand why this is happening, but for now, let's just do this strategy. Let's just apply this strategy. So I'm putting a line at the bottom of this candle here. So actually, let me say it like it is. I'm going to put a line at the top of the smaller candle, and I'm also going to take this line. So you'll go horizontal line, click to the side here, and I'm going to show you guys where you're going to get these videos. So the videos I'm going to help you, ask you to refer to this week. The first one is understanding candles, and the second one is trading view tutorial. Make sure that you look at those videos, and I'll show you where to get those in the academy. So the next thing is you want to take a line and put it at the lowest point between these two candles, so which is this point here. So before I make a decision in terms of whether to buy or sell, based on this engulfing candle, I like to look back in the past to see how price was respecting that area. And how you can do that? You can do it like this. See the same little zone that I drew here? Look at this. Look at this area here. In the same area, price acted as a support. Here again, price acted as a support. Look at this. This whole area, price acted like a resistance in that zone. Then we have some support here. Then we have some support here again. And you can actually go back further into the past. Look at this. This area was a resistance here. This area was a resistance here. You can keep going back in the past and you see, and you would realize that price would have respected that area pretty nicely. Pretty nicely. So how does that help you to make a decision now? So you know, and let me just delete all of this. You know that if price came into that area, there's usually a reaction. So let me show you what I mean. Let me carry this across here. Let me carry this across. So you know that if price was to come back into this zone, into this area, there's usually a reaction. Because you see a bullish engulfing, buyers in control. So what you should be thinking of, if price comes back into this area, that would be a high probability place for you to enter a buy. This will be a high probability place for you to enter into a buy. So let's see what happens. So what I'm expecting for this trade is that I'm expecting price to go down and then price to come back up. So that's what I'm expecting. But you always have to cater for the other side. What happens if price decides to break through that zone? And treat these zones just as if it was support and resistance line, just as if it was price reversal zones. You want to look at this line. Okay, if the market decides to break through that line, that means the sellers demanded control. That means sellers wanted to take back their position and sellers pushed the market below. But before the sellers could do that, what will happen is if price does go below, usually you expect price to come back up into that zone and then push down again. So let's see what happens. So see price has not come back into this area as yet. So I'm just going to do this with you guys. Price has not come back into this area as yet. And let's see what happens. Look, price came into the zone. At this point, this would have been a good area to buy. It would have been a good area to buy. Let's see what happens after. So it seems that price did buy for a little bit in that area. So out here, you would have been in some profits. But let's see what happens after. But look, price then decided to break below this zone. So now my thinking has shifted. Instead of thinking buy, so if I entered a buy, it probably would have hit my stop loss because I usually put my stop loss outside of the zone. This would have hit my stop loss. And even if it didn't hit my stop loss, if I see a candle as big as that and it closed outside of my zone, I'm thinking, hey, this trade probably wants to go in a different direction. So now that I see this happening, I'm looking for a retest of this zone. So I'm looking for this scenario to play off. Let's see what happens. Look, price came back into the zone. So in this case now, this would be a good place to sell because this is exactly the scenario we have down here. Let's see what happens. Price is still in the area, has not done much, but look, price wants to push down. So it looks like price is pushing down here. So right now in this trade, if you took it, you'd probably be in a little bit of pips profit. A little bit of pips profit. So I'm really expecting this to come down. But I want you guys to notice something else here. Look at this. This is also an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle. We call this a bearish engulfing. So let me copy this and paste it up here. This up here is a bearish engulfing, which means sellers are in control, which means supply is high, which means a lot of sellers in the market. So though we saw this big move up and this told us that buyers were in control, when you see this now, this tells us that there's been a shift in the market. This tells us that, hey, there's a possibility sellers is looking to regain control. So what I want to do, similar to what I did down there, I want to mark off this zone on top here. I want to mark off this zone. So what I'm expecting is I want to see, and this is what I want to see. So we already see price broke this engulfing and broke below. So this tells me that price clearly wants to go down, but before it goes down majorly, there's a good chance that price wants to come back up into this zone, into this engulfing, and then push all the way down. So this is really just what I do um in terms of engulfing candles. So what I'm going to do is so this is actually a trade setup for this week. So look out for this trade. I'm going to put the eyes on it. I'm going to send you these pictures in the pictures of these charts in the email. But this is what I'm expecting this week. But let's go back in the past to see what has happened previously. Look at this. Y'all seeing this engulfing here? This engulfing told me that, hey, buyers were in control. And if price was to come back down in that region, expect an uptick in price. Look at what happened. Price went all the way up. And let me remove all these arrows. And let me remove these lines. So now our focus is on this huge engulfing. So this engulfing candle created this zone. So that means that this zone, buyers are in control. So if price was to come back into this zone, I'm expecting price to go up majorly. So see, price came back into the zone. If you entered buy in this zone based on this engulfing, you would have been in some profits. How much profits? You would have been in, well, right now you would have been in like 25 pips profit, but it went all the way up to like 45, 46 pips profit. So this would have been a good trade. You could have been in this trade and this could have been a risk-free trade for you right now. So I hope you guys understand this. This is GBP JPY. I'm just going to go through some charts now. And these are some of the analysis that we did at Trade House. I just want to include you in those analysis. But guys, make sure that you come out to Trade House sessions, whether it be in San Fernando or Arima, or very soon Port of Spain. I really want you guys to come out to these sessions because we go hard, we go deep into understanding trading so that you can start making money with this opportunity. I also looked at gold. I looked at gold this week at Trade House and I was watching this engulfing candle here. So I was watching this engulfing candle and I noticed that price right now is just playing in that zone. So there's a high probability chance that price could literally just fall from there. But I would say, I told my class this, wait until the market opens and all the confusion happens, and let's see what happens Monday morning. But I think that price wants to fall. So if you see, and by the way, look at this. This is a bearish engulfing, so price could push up a little more. But I want you guys to wait and see what happens Monday morning, and then for the rest of the week we can probably start trading gold, because gold is a pair that you definitely want to be careful with. But watch this. I'm thinking gold is going to fall, but before it falls, I think it wants to go up a little bit and then fall. So look out for that. So this is my setup for gold. My eyes are in this zone. We also looked at GBP USD, and I marked out this zone based on this engulfing candle. But I think there's a lot of money to be made down here because, oh, let me just delete these eyes. So in trade house, I use the penguins, but there's a lot of money to be made down here because look at this engulfing and look at this. For those of you who trade smart money, understand that this is equal lose. Equal lose means that banks or smart money probably just created this so that people probably think that if price comes back down to this level, this might be a good area to buy. but they just look creating liquidity to push the market down in this area so that they can push it up. You're going to understand that soon. But for now, simple engulfing candles. Look, there's an engulfing candle here. Let's wait until price comes down to this area. Let's wait until price comes down to this area. And if it does, our eyes will be in this area. And I definitely think that this will be a nice buy this week if price comes down. So what I was telling the class and traders, if price comes back up to this area, this zone, this will be a good zone to sell and take it all the way down here. But this down here, the move down here, I think is the money move for GBP USD. So look out for that as well. And then we also looked at Euro AUD. And for Euro AUD, I was looking at this engulfing candle up here. I was looking at this engulfing candle up there, and I noticed that price has not reached up here at all since this was created. So if price was ever to come back up into this area, that's why my eyes are up there. I'm expecting price to come up to that area, and then when price reaches here, let's take it all the way back down. But for now, you want to pay attention to where price is right now. If price creates anything like a bullish engulfing indicating that it wants to go up, definitely take the buy, because I think this is some good money to be made this week. But this is really what I wanted to do on this. But let me show you guys now where you can go to watch those videos. So you go to iam.center, log in using your username, and this week I want you guys to watch these videos. Very important. If you've seen it already, that's okay. You want to go and recap. So you go to Forex English. If you're very soon, we're going to get some Spanish persons in our team. You go to Forex Trading Spanish, but then you scroll down until you find, I believe it's trading with candles or understanding candles. I want you all to look at price action, which is FRX 211 price action. I also want you to look at understanding candlesticks. I want you to look at those two videos. That's very important. Look at price action, look at understanding candlesticks, and I want you to start looking at Abel Melendez sessions on on Go Live, and I also want you to look at Zach and Jordan Morgan sessions on Go Live sessions. I need to get this in my head. I keep saying IML TV, but on Go Live. But guys, this is just a quick recap of what I did in Trade House. Guys, let's get this done. 2020 is going to be an amazing year, but let's get this done. We have an amazing platform in front of us so that we can change our financial situation. I'm going to be doing more of these videos because I want you guys to be winning with this opportunity. We're going to create some new testimonies before the end of the year. So make sure that you plug into the session. And if you have people in your team who are not on this mailing list, make sure that you tell them to get access to the mailing list, and so that they can also get these emails, because I'm going to be sending a lot of value, and I'm very happy and grateful that you guys are a part of my team. So let's go. Have a wonderful day and see you guys at the top.